President Trump is ending his second year in office in a perilous position, and it's not just the knowledge that Robert Mueller's Russia report could be coming soon. Phil Rucker writes in the Washington Post, the federal government is shut down, stock markets are in free fall, foreign allies are voicing alarm, hostile powers such as Russia are cheering, and Republican lawmakers, once afraid of crossing this president, are now openly critical. Now, much of that criticism comes in the wake of decisions by the president to pull U.S. forces out of Syria and to reduce troop strength in Afghanistan, choices that ultimately led to the protest resignation of Defense Secretary Jim Mattis. As this New York Times headline suggests, the departure of Mattis is creating new cracks between GOP lawmakers and President Trump. Join me now, Evan Siegfried, Republican strategist, and Danielle Moody Mills, host of SiriusXM's Woke AF podcast. One might say here, though, Danielle, that these fissures, these cracks were always there, but this is an opening.
I honestly do believe that they were always there. I've always wondered what it was going to take for it to break wide open, and I think that publicly, and I think that the departure of Mattis is doing that because he is such a person that has been well respected on both sides of the aisle. People that they thought was in charge of the adult daycare that has become the Trump White House. That with him leaving, that was like the final straw. Who is going to hold him accountable? Who is going to be the leader that the American people need? And they kind of had that in Mattis. But now they have Trump.
Well, now we know who's going to be taking his place. It's happening today. And to add insult to injury, potentially if you're a Secretary Mattis fan, is you're saying, why would you remove him 2 months earlier when he's volunteered to stay for 2 more months? Now, the criticisms, even before that came out, Mitch McConnell, Senator Bob Corker, Marco Rubio, all of which did not like the way this decision came out or the decision itself. And so that makes us ask, has he lost some major supporters on the Republican side?
He's got some very angry supporters on the Republican side. First of all, just because of the Syria decision. It was reckless, it was Obama-like, and it has many of the same hallmarks that President Trump criticized on the campaign trail. It's abandoning our allies. The Kurds are going to get slaughtered by Turkey. The Turkish forces are actually coming along on the border ready to go into Kurdish-held areas in Syria because they know that Donald Trump isn't going to have their back. These are the people we were protecting and trying to help. At the same time, among troops, this Mattis resignation and now the firing for having a Mattis resignation letter is not going to help. The president has a 44% approval rating among American service troops.
But the question is maybe how he did it, right? It has been said, this has been discussed in the administration, but behind closed doors for months. And then, at least from what we understand in the reporting, the president decided one day, quote unquote, that, I'm going to change policy just like that without harkening back to the...
He changes policy with his gut. This is what he says, right? When you're a president of the United States, you have the best of the best people, or at least you should have the best of the best people around you to advise you, right? He's never held public office. He has never served the military. So you surround yourself with the right people. So how then he does that? Right? Whether or not I ideologically agree with them or not, you surround yourself with experts and then decide that you're not going to take their expert opinion, decide that instead you're going to go with your gut, which is what? Proven bankruptcy after bankruptcy, has proven what exactly? Lawsuit after lawsuit. If I were him, I would say to myself, you know what? I don't know a lot. I know how to make deals, or so I think, but I'm going to surround myself with the right people, and I'm going to take their advice.
And he was manipulated into this decision by President Erdogan of Turkey, who got on a phone call 10 days ago and said, I want this.
I'm going to get back to, though, some of the issues between the GOP and the support for the president, Donald Trump. Let's add to the shutdown to this. Now we're hearing from Mick Mulvaney today. It could go into the next Congress. This is going to affect a good portion of the base of with no pay, potentially furloughing as well.
Yeah, and you know what happened? Donald Trump had an agreement with Mitch McConnell that he would pass, or he would sign the CR that the Senate passed. And then what happened was the true leadership in the House GOP came out, and that's Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows and the far right. They hit every button they could, including talk radio, far right media, to get them angry as possible. And then Donald Trump realized nobody likes him, and he realized he's an isolated, impotent president who has an overblown sense of grievance. And he pulled this stunt to basically get what he wanted. And now we're paying the price because government's dysfunctional.
But Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, they're split on this. Mitch McConnell seems to be at least putting up a little bit of a fight here. Paul Ryan going, okay, go ahead.
Paul Ryan doesn't care. Yes. Paul Ryan just gave gave his, I've left government, I'm on my way out, good luck. You know, I'm securing my
Some
legacy.
are hoping for a silver lining,
right?
though,
like,
Danielle.
Nah, it's not. The reality is, I think that one of the most poignant tweets that I've seen as of late is from incoming Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who said, you know what, you are abandoning 800,000 people who are not going to receive pay over this holiday season for however long. But the Congress has decided to write in that they will get paid. Congress members will get paid, but their staff,
A big debate on that topic today, certainly on this show. Evan Siegfried, Danielle Moody-Mills, thanks for fitting a lot into 4 or 5 minutes there for us. You can see Evan's new piece, by the way, about Festivus on NBC Think. And with that, we'll be right back.